Dead show. Dead show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a Saturday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Boudreaux's Bloody Mary Mix, Margarita Mix. What a great opportunity this is to get on by your favorite retailer and pick up some Boudreaux's. And by your favorite retailer, I mean Calandro's. You could also go by Alexander's or Calvin's or Canada's or Mid-City Craft Wine Brew or Calakai. They don't carry the Calakai, but I wish they did. Make them even better. Drew's playing the guitar this morning. Craig Sandemall, good morning. Trivia, what's up? What's up, Dad? Good morning. Bruce Parker, Andrew Bayer, Angela Perryman. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to hit the share button here. Hopefully you will as well. Share it to your timeline. That's very helpful. It's how we grow this thing. Kyle Pierce, good morning. I wonder if people are up. Saturday morning. Hey, Papa said good morning. Papa said good morning. He said good morning. You want to say hi, Papa? Say good morning, Papa.
Mama.
Mama car. Sorry, Dad. All he wants is Mom's car. Sorry about that. Love you and all that stuff, but Mama's car. You know how it goes. Let's see. Arthur Coco, good morning. Chuck Smith, Pels 4-0. How about him, Chuck Smith? Houston Carly, Frank, good morning. Lance Richard, the worst Saturday of college football season, LSU's bye week. I don't know, man. When the bye week comes, I'm usually ready for it also. Just, obviously my Saturdays are just different with a lot of work, man. And so we're actually going to, Eric and I are going to jet down to New Orleans, have dinner tonight. We're going her sisters and their husbands and some other family are all going to go and kind of have a big group go down and go to dinner and just have a night out. So I'm looking forward to it very much, man. So when we get to this point, we need a bye week. But it's actually a good day of football too, man. Cocktail party is going to be really good with Florida, Georgia. I think Florida's going to win that game, actually. I'm really 11 a.m. I'm really looking forward to Florida State Clemson. I think Clemson's a 17-point favorite, but maybe Clemson hits their stride and they just blitzkrieg Florida State. And Florida State's offensive line is bad. Don't misunderstand me. Florida State's offensive line is bad, and Clemson's defensive line is amazing. But what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, look, I don't want you to cancel anybody's comments, okay? I don't want you to block anybody. So we're going to do that. It's okay. Okay. So, I'm just curious to see if maybe, just maybe. Uh-oh.
No.
Hey, that's the first time in a long time you've knocked over the camera. What? Do you want Robert? What? Okay.
What?
One.
Robert.
We'll see Robert. So I'm just curious to see, though, Clemson the past couple of years. Clemson the past couple of years, they've been good for one of those letdown losses a year. Last year they lost to Syracuse. Remember 2 years ago they lost to Pitt. Of course, that was the game Matt kind of got Matt Canada the LSU job. So I'll be interested, man, because I think Florida State's played better the last 3 weeks, and I'll be curious to see if maybe just maybe they don't go play their best game of the year today. Robert. We'll see Robert. We'll see that big nerd. Hang on. Here he is. All right. Sorry for the delay, y'all. It's a little loud. Hang on. And then, so we got a good day of football, man. Tonight you got, I'm curious to see A&M and Mississippi State. Robert.
Touch.
Attach. Something else. A&M's at Mississippi State with a little help. Remember, A&M's got 2 losses. They only got 1 conference loss. That loss at Bama. A&M's one of those teams where if they win out, their only 2 losses are to Bama and Clemson, number 1 and number 2. If they win out and they get some help, like if LSU beats Bama today and A&M wins out, A&M goes to the SEC championship game. So, actually, you know what? Then you'd end up with an LSU, Bama, A&M tiebreaker, the 3-way. Everybody would have beaten everybody. They'd all have the same division record. That would be that weird, screwy tiebreaker. So anyway, I don't know how that would all work. Anyway, point is, you got a good day of games. Texas plays Oklahoma State tonight. Texas is a 1-loss team. That's still pushing toward possible playoffs. So all the other 1-loss teams, you're kind of just waiting for everyone else to get that second loss hung on. It's a good day of football. It's a good day to sit back and watch. Jimmy Verdreen, good morning. Arthur Coco, are you believing in the Pels? Come on, man. There's only 78 to go. But yeah, only undefeated team in the Western Conference. That's good. I'd be lying if I told you I watched that whole game last night. I was flipping back and forth with the Pels, with the World Series. I was watching some of Galakai. The college football was on last night, so I was kind of just like all around all that last night. But man, I'm buying them because Anthony Davis is
Robert.
in my opinion the best player in the league. Robert.
Touch.
Attach. I'm buying them as a playoff team. I don't know if I'm buying them as nobody outside of the Bay Area is winning the NBA championship this year. So, but could the Pels be my hope for them would be to be a top 4 seed in the West. See? And I'll tell you, if they're a top 4 seed in the West, you get home court advantage in a round 1 playoff series, then you win, you advance. Then all of a sudden, you can tell Anthony Davis, hey, look, we're a piece away. Let's go recruit somebody that may want to come play with you and try to challenge Golden State. Now, granted, look, it's October, man. We are so far away from May and June. When this thing comes to a head. So, should you be excited? Yeah, man. Teams winning, they're 4-0. It's fun. That's great, man. But long way away, man. Travis McGraw, what's up? Andrew said, you didn't get to my question the other day. Why do you think LSU isn't getting any of the U-High studs going to big D1 programs? It's a good question. A lot of it's an individual case-by-case basis. Sometimes you go by players. Like, for example, Jordan Clark. Jordan Clark did not have an LSU offer. And in part, that's because they got Stingley and some of the other big national prospects that they were going after. Some of it got the running back Michael Hollins. They're kind of waiting to see if they're going to have a spot for him. Some of the other guys like Tongue, I think is the receiver who maybe is going to see a Georgia commit, Micaiah Tongue. LSU's a little loaded at receiver, so you can kind of understand sometimes on a case-by-case basis what kids want to do. That's a better question for Jordy. Like, he knows that he obviously calls their games and knows that team really well. I would be more concerned when it's a great player at a position of need that you desperately want, and you don't get him. That's more the concern. But that UI team's really good, man. I'd love to see some of those guys stay home. But I also understand sometimes when guys leave for different reasons. Hey, bud. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Jamie, good morning. Let's see. Justin Falcon, good morning. Kenny Bergeron. Lucas Ragusa, what's up, dude? Sean Bertolot. Dustin Balello, good morning. Dale Broussard. Hi, I'm Dale. Gordon Linden, Rush the Third. Watch Gordy on that's the other thing. I watched the little Louisiana Prep scoreboard last night on CST. Brian Jones, good morning. David Phelps, down goes Frazier. Mikkel, good morning. Ben Clark, Jeff Bertucci. Good morning, everybody. Matt Lusto. Let's see. Matt said, I see Weller Special Reserve. How do you like it? It's fantastic. I got plenty of good Weller Special Reserve there. I've also got Weller 12, and actually yesterday scored 2 bottles of Blanton's. Just had somebody looking out for me. So, 1, 2, 3. Long story short, my cousin was at a store. He saw they had just gotten a case of Blanton's, which was 6 bottles. So I was on air. I called Erica in a break, and she was working right by there. I said, hey, go here, get a bottle of Blanton's. She goes, gets it. She sees my dad in the checkout line. She doesn't think to tell him, because they only sell 1 bottle per person. So, so she texts me, she's like, I saw your dad in the checkout line. So I text him, I'm like, go back in and get me a bottle of Blanton's. So my dad and Erica both got a bottle of Blanton's yesterday. So good day for you, boy. Fire up. The Weller Special Reserve, all the Weller's really good. Weller Special Reserve, Weller 12, Weller Antique. It's all fantastic. Sean Hindenburg, good morning. Oh God, Gordy said, good morning, Lady Miss Scone. Just watched the T-Bob thing. Robert. So apparently, I did see it, or I didn't see it. I listened last night. T-Bob does the Song of Purple and Gold every Friday. It's like a play on Game of Thrones, I guess, and it's like a parody related to the LSU football season. So it's like, knights and battles, and the Swamp King is Ed Ozer and all. And anyway, so apparently I made an appearance as, or a character loosely based on me, Lady Moscona, who's the leader of the Nega Tigers, yesterday, and it was voiced by Nathan Velasquez. So fitting that Nathan voiced a female part, but they actually do like photo edits and put together like a video for it, and they took some chick and put my face on the chick's body. Oh God, they got too much time on their hands, man. Matt Anderson, good morning. Blake Middleton, Jeannie Darley, good morning. Chris Roy, Mark Lacey. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Oh, by the way, if y'all are around town this morning looking for something to do, 10 a.m. at Perkins Row, the Walk to Defeat ALS will be out there. Hopefully, y'all come out as well. I'm not sure if everybody knows, but knows the host. But the president of our company, Flynn Foster, his sister Felicia passed away from ALS a little more than a year ago, and so that's an organization that I know our company has certainly embraced a lot, and so we're going to be out there this morning at 10 a.m. It's not a real intense walk. It's registration starts at 9. We went last year. They have coffee and donuts and all kind of stuff, and you make a donation to the ALS Society. And kind of just walk around Perkins Row. They have a balloon release and stuff for victims of ALS, and it's a really cool morning. So if you have a chance to come on out, you're looking for something to do, Perkins Row. The walk starts at 10. Me and Drew and Eric will all be out there too. So hopefully y'all come out. If you're in the Baton Rouge area, you look for something to do this morning. So Darren says, I think Clemson loses at BC. Maybe so. Clemson's going to get nipped. They have enough vulnerabilities where they're going to get nipped at some point. Jamie, good morning, Matt. Metro High School Swim Championship this weekend. How about shout out for the swimmers? Go get it, especially my daughter Emma, who trains harder than most can imagine. That away, Emma Levine. Good luck, Emma. Shout out. Go get them at the city swim. Where does she swim, Jamie? Shout her out for sure. That's awesome, man. Or ma'am, Jamie. I don't know if that's female or male, Jamie. Sorry, sorry, Jamie. I'm like, ma'am. I don't know. I see the picture, but it looks like y'all are a couple in the picture, so I can't tell. Anyway, let me know. But shout out to Emma. Good luck to her this weekend. What's up, Mike Moscone? What's up, Uncle Mike? Carl Dunn, Lee McCaffrey, Corey Landry. Good morning, everybody. Jeannie said I'm more worried about A&M than Bama. You should be more worried about Bama, but A&M is a legit concern. That's when I picked LSU to lose before the season, but then again I picked them to lose way more than they have. But my whole thought with A&M was, that's a team that improves the most week 1 to week 12. I figured someone recruited well. He just didn't know how to maximize that talent. I figured Jimbo would get them playing well. He's obviously got Kellen Mond playing really well. And Mike Elko is a really good defensive coordinator, as you're seeing. They lead the SEC in rush defense. I mean, that's a talented defense that Mike Elko has been playing well. LSU saw them last year in the bowl game against Notre Dame. He was at Notre Dame last year before A&M hired him when they couldn't get Aranda. But and it's in College Station. They're just aching to beat you. It just feels like one where maybe you're ripe. So I agree with you, Jeannie. That A&M one at the end of the season is tricky. Tyler Terrebonne, good morning. Mark Allen, what's up, dude? Michael Moore, good morning. Danny Braywick, good morning, everybody. Ryan Broussard, Brian Jones said Dodgers. Hey, man, I did not stay up for it. I think I turned that off. I was watching Gordy and them on Louisiana Prep scoreboard, flipping back and forth with that and the Dodgers, and it was in the 12th, and I was like, gotta get, because I knew Drew was gonna get up. Drew got up at 6:30 this morning. I was like, I'm done. Midnight, I'm done. So, Benton better enjoy these last few months of AD. Quite possibly, man. Quite possibly. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he goes to LA with LeBron. But then again, the Pelicans aren't obligated to trade him. But the other side of that too is if he says like he's not re-signing, then you're better off getting something for him. Same thing with the Chris Paul deal. So, Gordy Rush, I've become a Catholic High fan knowing that Kevin Franklin has been added to the broadcast. Love me some original Mr. Friday Night. Dude, he is all energy, man. I love Kevin Franklin's twists on the broadcast. If you don't, Catholic High games, Catholic High. They air on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and in the Baton Rouge area on WBTR, is that right? It's Channel 19 or 1019 and Bruin Broadcast Network. And Kevin does the color alongside Dixon McMakin. He is all energy, man. Jamie Fitch, good morning. Let's see, Tim Cousins showed himself last night. Y'all saw that. So DeMarcus Cousins, who's didn't play, wasn't dressed last night. So he's sitting on the bench for Golden State, and he gets ejected. He gets ejected from the game for chirping on the bench. Hey, Thomas Trahan, good morning. Let's see, Brian. I was driving home yesterday, heard your show starting. Then I realized it was only one, and your theme song was Soundgarden Spoon Man. I thought it was an original song for your show. Everything about your show is a lie. Brian, how did you not know? How did you not know Spoon Man? Like, Soundgarden Spoon Man is an epic, rock anthem from the grunge era. How could you not know what that was? And the reason I picked the song 10 years ago when we started the show was my cousin Mark, forever, has always said Scone Man. So it's like, Scone Man. Instead of Spoon Man, he said Scone Man. So, since from when we were kids. Mama's car. We are going to go in Mama's. We are. Well, you went in Mama's car yesterday. Here you go. Crazy kid, y'all. Know what he's doing. I never know what he's doing in there. Let's see. Gordy, I signed up for the Morning Scone email. Well done. Thank you, Gordy. That's a very complimentary of you for a change. It's nice to know that you're supporting us in all of our endeavors. The morningscone.com daily email. You should absolutely, by the way, check out the morningscone.com daily email. For those that haven't yet, drops every day, 6 a.m. No spam, no pre-rolls, nothing like that. It just links to things that I'll explain this. Many of you probably already know, but for those that don't, basically, it's an algorithm that kind of follows me around on the internet, things I retweet or post on Instagram or articles I read, and it compiles it all into a headline, like an email of links for you. And based on what you click and interact with, it'll learn what you prefer. So if you like Saints or Pels or blogs or vlogs or podcasts or certain NOLA or the Advocate, whatever, it'll prioritize stories for you. It'll customize it for you, so no two emails are exactly the same. So anyway, morningscone.com. It's 100% free. All you got to do is just go punch in. You're not going to get spammed or anything like that. You just go to morningscone.com, just a landing page, punch in your email address, and you'll get the email at 6 a.m. every day. And give it 2 days to kind of catch up, to learn a little bit about what you're starting to click on. And then you'll see that how it works. Give it 2 days. Dustin Roussel, Mark Allen, Florida, Georgia. Who you got? I like Florida, man. I like Florida in that game. I think Florida's pressure gives Fromm some issues. I like Florida's secondary. Florida. I like Dan Mullen. I'd like Dan Mullen, the play caller. You give him 2 weeks to get ready. I like Florida. Let's see, Matt. Do next time in Houston, you have to stop by Specs. Matt, I've gone to Specs. Like the Specs is huge. I love Specs. But Robert, but some of the special release whiskeys that I'm talking about, like they still get they only get a certain amount of release a year anyway. It's nothing that they're going to shelve. Like you're better off for stuff like that finding a mom and pop liquor store that maybe doesn't have the foot traffic that they will shelve it because they're just they're not going to have as much foot traffic, so they're looking to move it. Anyway, but Specs is great. Travis McGraw, 18 innings of baseball, no thanks, especially the Red Sox, no doubt, bro. I'm tell you what, truthfully, it's 1-0. Kenley Jansen gives up the home run to Jackie Bradley Jr. in the 8th. I turned it off. I'm like, I'm not watching their coronation. I'm not watching the Red Sox win a world. I mean, I know it's only game 3, but I'm not watching it. Genie, T-Bob song is pure gold. Love it. I told him last year when he started doing Song of Purple and Gold, I said, dude, you know what? I said, it's very hard to do in any form of media, to create something that becomes like appointment listening or appointment viewing. It's a very, very hard thing to do, to where people look forward to something all week. In some respects, the Terrio Hour has become that. Like people plan their Fridays. Not it, but there are people who just love it and they plan their Fridays around it. But I think T-Bob's Song of Purple and Gold for a lot of people is that. I mean, it's super. I don't even watch TV or know anything about Game of Thrones or any of that stuff, but it's super creative. Like yesterday, I was reading the huddle there anyway, and they were like crushing me, like laughing at, thinking I was going to be insulted by T-Bob doing that. Like I think it's hilarious. I mean, good for him for being creative and doing something interesting. I'd rather that than the same old echo chamber of takes that you get so often in sports radio, man. Go be creative, man. Let the juices flow. I don't care. I take shots at him all the time. He can take shots at me. It's fine. Mikkel, good morning. David, good morning. Andrew, Terrio's video for the upcoming game was pretty cool. Oh, the Devin White, the Boogeyman video. Yeah, I saw that too. Bernard, Robert, Stephen Beach, good morning. Jamie, I'm a dude. Good to know, Jamie. Dude, good to know. Let's see. Matthew, hey, I got onto AFR last week. Matt from Fairhope. I remember that, Matt. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate that. And thanks for watching this over there in Fairhope. Appreciate you, man. Kevin Graham, good morning. Let's see. Jacob Wallace, good morning. Let's see. Jeannie, I have a feeling this is our year for Bama, but College Station concerns me. Hopefully we run the table. It's a survival team. I hope you're right about Bama. I think Phil Steele said something interesting yesterday about Bama, because I asked him, I was like, hey, Phil, just because Phil comes on all this every Friday, and we didn't start breaking down Bama or anything. I said, hey, just give me a thought on the early line being 14. Just a quick thought on that. And he said, it's probably right. It actually should probably be a little higher, because all of the adjusted spreads and everything, it's based on seeing Alabama's offense for 3 quarters. And I'm like, you know what? That's a really good point. So if you're basing Alabama's third down conversion and their points per game and their defense, it's basically they've only been playing 3 quarters. So it was actually a pretty good point. I was like, But the flip side of that is the unknown for Bama is, what do you do if you get into a 4-quarter game? And I think that that obviously benefits LSU if you do, because they've done it all already this year. Sean Anthony Davis shoots 6 of 19. The Pels win. Still impressive. No doubt, man. The meatloaf. I never know what he's doing in there. LSU last night, head coach at an Alabama high school. So, yeah, that's Imad who said that. So, Coach O was recruiting. So, Tua's brother, Talia, is a high school quarterback in Alabama. The family obviously moved to Alabama. Shocking how that happens, right? From Hawaii to Alabama. It happens all the time. Family moved from Hawaii to Alabama to watch Tua play. And so his brother is a high school senior in Alabama. He's a recruitable quarterback as well. So Ogeron was there recruiting his brother. because families move from Hawaii to Alabama all the time. It could happen. Let's see. Push the blog. Jamie said, "Is it possibly a bourbon drinker and a Scotch drinker?" Sure. I personally, I don't really have a taste for Scotch. It's just not. It's not my thing. I actually prefer rye whiskey over bourbon whiskey as well. So, like, my favorite thing to drink is really any of the Whistle Pig offerings. I had that Kentucky Owl 11-year rye I've told you all about before, which is fantastic. The Angel's Envy rye, I actually sipped on some of that last night. I love ryes, but if you find the right bourbons, I mean, I love bourbon too. Don't misunderstand me. There's just so many different, like, there's of whiskeys. There's Kentucky whiskey, there's bourbon whiskey, there's Tennessee whiskey, there's rye whiskey, there's Irish whiskey. It's just you just find what you like, man. There's Scotch whiskey. I've never really developed a taste for Scotch. Blogging is fun. Oh man. Stephen Bro, good morning. Hey, Uncle Benny, good morning. Joey DiStefano, good morning. Attach. Is attach over? Okay, I'll put it on in the other room. I'm gonna take y'all with me for attach. Attach is Drew has a new episode of Sesame Street that he likes, where the word of the day is attach. Uh-oh. Hey, bud.
Oh, down.
What? Did you fall down? Huh?
Touch.
Okay, we're gonna watch attach. Oh, crap.
Just a lot of fun driving those cars, slipping and sliding around, and
The itsy body.
The Issy Bada is Itsy Bitsy Spider. Okay, we're gonna restart that. Okay, there's attach. Attach. All right, y'all. Let's see. Get back to it. Back in the office. Back in the office. There we go. All right, let's see. Brian Robert, past player like Michael Ford, Malachi Dupree, Kevin Tolliver left LSU early to go pro, never did anything. So, Brian, every one of those are different. I guess statute of limitations on a lot has passed. So, like, it was pretty well known Michael Ford didn't like school at all. Malachi Dupree, Malachi came in with Leonard and Jamal Adams, and they had all collectively decided they were 3 and done. And the guys he came in with left, and they were ready, and they were top 10 picks, and they bounced, and he did too, and that was stupid. Kevin Tolliver, Kevin had a lot of issues at LSU. He missed a lot of playing time for some, reasons. It's just, it's not always a decision about, hey, if I stay, will I go from a 5th round pick to a 3rd round pick? It's just not always about that. Like when you hear people say everybody's decision is different and they make it for different reasons, it's part of that, man. If you just, like, Eddie Kennison was on the show with me and Ruffin on Thursday. Eddie was the first player ever to leave LSU early for the draft in 1996 after the 95 season. Eddie Kennison said he didn't get along with Jerry DiNardo. Like, he could not play there. Like, he didn't stay because of Jerry DiNardo. I mean, it's, everybody makes a decision for different reasons. Trev Falk and Nick Saban. Trev Falk left after 02. Did Falk leave after 01 or 02? Trev Falk left early because he hated Nick Saban. Like, it's, everybody makes the decision for different reasons. So, I know sometimes like when that information isn't always disclosed, and when you're not privy to it, you can look at it and say, why didn't he come back? He's going to go undrafted. Guys just leave for different reasons. It's not always about come back and winning one for the old war school and, improving your draft stock or whatever. Some guys make that decision. Like I think Ethan Posick was an example of that. He had a hip injury and he came back and he was like, let me come back, play another year, improve my draft stock. He did. He came off that injury. He played a great year as a senior at center and was an All-American, became a second-round pick, and now he's starting for the Seahawks. It's like it works for some guys. Look at a guy like Benny Logan. Benny bounced. He was a third-round draft pick. And could he have come back and maybe improved his stock a little? Maybe. But Benny Logan bounced. He went to Philly and the KC. He's making a bunch of money, and he's sticking around the league, and he'll play for 10 years. He'll make a ton of money. It's, started that clock ticking early to the second contract. There's so many factors that go into these decisions for these guys, and it's not always just where am I going to be picked this year, and will I improve it if I come back. Duke is a dog in the neighborhood that Drew loves to go watch. Duke runs around in his yard when we walk by, and so Drew likes to go see Duke. That's a big yawn, bud. You want to say hi to everybody? Hey, can you say hi? You say hi? Nope, he doesn't want to say hi to y'all. Sorry, guys. He just, I'm good. Just going to walk away in my jammies. Stephen Miller, what's up, dude? Stephen, I saw your tweets last night, man. I just refuse to get back into the conversation about targeting again. The conversation's been had. Can't do it, dude. Can't do it. Because it's going to set me off. Meridoc, good morning. Matt, what's your take on Clemson Notre Dame games today? Any potential for an upset? Talked about attach. What are you doing there, boy? Hang on. What? Let me see. Did you hang up on anybody? I don't like that little cough. What's up with that, bruh? What's up with that little cough? Can we fix that, please? Okay. What? What? You holding my hand? That's sweet. What's the matter, huh? Oh, come see Daddy. What's the matter? Hang on, y'all. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. What were we talking about? See, Notre Dame has Navy today. Notre Dame's not losing to Navy. Navy's I think that game's in San Diego, but Navy's having a rough year. I do think Clemson's a 17-point favorite. We talked about it earlier against Florida State. I do think Clemson is potentially on upset alert. I do. It's in Tallahassee. It's 11 a.m. It's a perfect little sleeper time. It just wouldn't shock me. It just wouldn't shock me, man, if Florida State who's been playing better the last 3 weeks, if Florida State just plays their best game, Clemson just kind of napping a little bit and gets popped. It just wouldn't shock me if that happens. I actually picked Florida State yesterday, just kind of taking a chance. I don't wholeheartedly believe that, but I think it's just one of those games where you could maybe see it going that way. No Delaware by University of Delaware. Stephen Miller. Oh, there's a comment about targeting. Dude, Steve, I'm not getting into it again. It's, yes, targeting is subjective. You could ask for an explanation on any call. Could that one have been explained because the receiver was falling? Yes. Was it legit? Head was up of the defender. Point is, there's a million tells that people look for. Just, it's not going to change, man. It's not going to change Devin White's call. You can screenshot every targeting call from here to forever, everything you think could be, and be pissed off about it. Just Just move on. You will be a happier person if you just move on. Hey, Betsy, good morning. Joey, good morning. Let's see. Joey, what's up, dude? Let's see. Jason Meeks. Angels MB Rise. Awesome. It is really good. Had some of that last night. All right. David said you need to start doing the whiskey reviews again on YouTube. I miss those. I do. You're right. I do need to. UCF's jerseys and helmets today. What are they wearing, Steven? Hey, now I'm interested. UCF uniform. Oh, is that the all black? Citronaut? Is that like black and blue? Oh, well, that's weird. You like them? I just saw a picture. I'd have to see them in person. Anyway. Let's see. Get the else comments. Oh, by the way, Boudreaux's Bloody Mary Mix, Margarita Mix. Check it out. Calandros, Calvin's, Alexander's, Mid-City Craft Wine and Brew. If you live outside of Baton Rouge, as many of you do, I know because you tell me, at least if you're not lying to me. BoudreauxMix.com, BoudreauxMix.com. Support a great local company. I've told you before, candidly, I don't drink Bloody Marys. I've heard the Bloody Mary Mix is really good. The great thing about it is you just pour it, add your vodka, stir, and you're good. You don't need to empty out your pantry to make it. All the little specks of goodness are in there. The margarita mix is fantastic. What is the last high 5-star running back LSU got? Joey, my guess is that would be Leonard Fournette. He was pretty good. Mark Allen, maybe too, his family likes NASCAR. Good reason to move. Uncle Ben's 44 in Arkansas. It's supposed to be in the 60s today. Joey asked Florida or Georgia. I've mentioned that a couple times. I think Florida's going to win the game today. Tom Guidros, Janet enjoyed the Eddie Kennison there. Eddie's great, man. I'm legitimately going to check out his company. He's got this company Barrel 87, play on his jersey number, and he does like spirit tastings and like wine and spirits and beer, and it's like a club where they'll send you different stuff. So. Stephen Miller, he got an upset alert today. I mentioned Clemson a couple of times. I think Texas obviously has to be going to Oklahoma State. It's just kind of like, which Oklahoma State are you going to get, man? Oklahoma State, they blew out Boise State. They got blown out at home by Texas Tech. They just had this, Oklahoma State has had this up and down year where they've been really good or really bad in spots, man. I just, if the really good Oklahoma State shows up tonight in Stillwater, Texas could be in trouble. Texas coming off a bye, but they got Ellinger's had the shoulder injury. Maybe he's healthy. We'll see. But some of those sleepy weekends, man, where you're not expecting much movement, is sometimes when those things can happen. Also, Washington State is on the road at Stanford today. I think that's a giant letdown spot for Washington State. I think Stanford wins that game. Jason Abear, Carlos Brown, the franchise. Darren Bourgeois, what's up, y'all? Steven Tidwell. I love you, Steven. I really do, man. I can't do the targeting thing anymore, man. I'm over it. Bernard Robert, how much pressure do you think LSU will bring on early downs in the game versus Bama? Can you ask me that next week? I'm not trying to dodge your question. I honestly, in the bye week, I almost purposely don't delve too deep into the matchup, because if you do it in the bye week, then you end up with 2 weeks of nothing but breaking down every angle of the game. And I think this week actually was pretty reflective of the whole season for LSU, and one of the reasons I am optimistic about them against Bama this year. And tell me if you agree. I think, and this isn't a new thought, I've mentioned this before, but ever since losing the championship game, that 2012 game with the Yeldon play felt very much like that was your shot at redemption for the championship game. And when you lost that one the way you did, it was a gut punch, and now it feels like, the analogy I've drawn, LSU feels like the gambler that had a big pile of money that went all in and lost it. And instead of doing what they did to build that big pile of money again and just being very tempered and slow and just saying, look, lost that, it's over, let's just build it up again. I know how to do it. They said, you know what? I'm gonna go play I'm gonna spend all my money on the Mega Millions. And it was like all in on that one game, and it's like it's been all in on beating Bama. It's like it's the only thing that mattered. I think a big part of why LSU fans have become complacent is because the only game they care about is Bama anymore. Or I shouldn't say the only game, but it feels that way, man. Like LSU's had big wins over ranked teams in Tiger Stadium and on the road, and people leave early, or it's a yeah, but, and it's like you fail to appreciate some of the awesome things the program's done over the last 7 years. I'm not saying like you. I'm just saying collectively. I think, the build up to the Georgia game. I mentioned LSU had won like 7 games against top 10 teams since 2012. Like that's a lot. Just in context, just to think of how often you have the opportunity to line up against a top 10 team and to win that many times is special, man. But it feels like those just haven't been appreciated. And I guess a very long way of answering your or commenting on your point is that I think for the first time, like this year, people are excited about that Miami win, man. People got jacked when LSU went on the road and beat Auburn, and Cole Tracy had the walk off. When LSU beat Georgia, it was the monumental day. Like it feels like all of those wins are important again. Like it's fun again. Like all winning those types of games feel really fun. I hadn't felt that way in a while. So I guess my point with all that is I think this season it hasn't been just Bama or bust. Like there's been a lot of. It's just been a fun year, man. It's just been watching this team kind of play for each other and come together and play for their coaches, and the fans sort of embrace all the. What? Point is, because it isn't all of the emphasis and pressure on just that one game, it feels like it's more manageable this year. Fresh Market. We are going to go to Fresh Market. We are. Janet. Tebow said targeting was wrong. Cool. Mark, Bubba. Defer to Tebow. He does have the hand of God on his side. He does. Do not cross him, Timothy. Pelicans win again last night, only undefeated team in the Western Conference. Talked about that a little bit earlier, Mark. If y'all missed the end of that game, the Nets are winning. They can literally just hold the ball and make the Pelicans foul. Instead, dude just decides to pass, throws it out of bounds. Pelicans get the ball. They run a pick and roll. All the attention goes to AD. Drew has a shot at the free throw line, sinks it. They get a tech, so he gets to shoot another free throw. So they end up winning by 2. It was a game that, I don't know. Nets, I can't believe that they gagged it away the way they did, but they did. Let's see. Joey Gibson, Geis. Oh, talking about the 5-star. I think Geis was a high 4-star. Fournette was the last 5-star. Deborah Todd. Good morning, Matt Worcester. He just walked through here, but I'm sure he'll be back. Douglas Duhan, Trey Warren, good morning. Mark Populus, good morning. What's up? Go Tigers. Mark, Pelicans need some fans at the home games. Hey, man, they played tonight against the Jazz. Mark, it's not going to happen, man. It was empty last night. Bad opponent, October. It's the conversation we keep having, man. It's October. People plan their entire fall calendar around football, and it's not that they don't care. It's not that they don't love AD. It's not that they're not cheering for the team. It's just in the fall, you cannot. It is just so hard to find room on your plate for that. It just can't. Mark's going to come down for the Pelicans game. Mark, I will be in New Orleans tonight, but I will not be at the Pelicans game. Me and Erica and some family, we're heading down. We're going to go have some dinner and hang out in New Orleans tonight. So looking forward to having a night off. The Canaveral uniform. Is that what they're like space Central Florida? I guess it makes sense, right? Orlando, the Space Center and all that stuff. I guess it makes sense. They're like space shuttle uniforms. Blake, enjoy the day off. Matt, who you got? Which everyone's asking about Georgia, Florida. I like Florida. I think Florida wins. Brian Ashcraft, good morning. Jason Abear, Eagles or Jags? Who do you like? What is Jacksonville's record in those games in London? Have they played well there? I just genuinely don't know. And is Fournette playing? I don't. It feels like Jacksonville is. Yeah, give me the Eagles. Give me the Eagles. Florida, he's got Pete. I've answered it a couple times. Huh, Pete? Travis just found out about Emory decommitting. A couple days late, man. Up to speed. What do you think are LSU's chances? Good. LSU's the favorite now. 247 Sports has him at the crystal ball like 93% on LSU. I did talk Thursday night. I have some family associated with Destrehan. That's probably as much as I want to say about it. Like very, very closely associated. And I can't believe I didn't think before to like make any of those phone calls. It's just going to show you how little I really pay attention to recruiting. But I think the allure of staying home has been a big sell. Depth chart at Georgia. LSU would definitely be considered the favorite. Academics are a thing. They got to get them qualified. So we'll see. Love to get him, man. Erica Keller Moscona is watching. Well, that's not true because she just walked in there. It goes to show you how late I am on all these comments. Let's see, Bubba. I agree, Matt. Hard to watch fan base when so much hinges on that game. But you know what, Bubba, though? So much hinges on the Alabama game if you take care of all the other games. And that's been the problem, where LSU would sleep and get popped in certain games because they weren't focused on Ole Miss or Arkansas or, fill in the blank of whatever game it might have been. Mississippi State. Let's see. Brian, I'm actually excited to see Eli Apple for the Saints. He can be a little bit better than Crawley. PJ should be a major upgrade. I agree with that. And I do agree change of scenery matters sometimes for guys. I'll be interested to see if or how much he plays tomorrow against the Vikings. Show up and in 3 days, 4 days, expect to just be, hit the ground run. It's tough, but man concepts are man concepts. If you run them out there and say, hey, just go guard that guy, he can give you some snaps. Let's see. I'm a Giants fan. He's garbage. Good luck. Who you talking? Oh, Eli. Eli Apple. But, Pete, that's the thing. Like, he's 6'1", 200 pounds. He's fast, good hips. Like, all the things that made him a first-round draft pick are still there. And sometimes change of scenery matters. I know we talked about that, Pete, with Patrick Robinson. Saints took him as a first-round draft pick out of Florida State. They expected him to be a lockdown corner. It just never worked. He went to Philly. He sort of hit the reset button. He established himself as a great nickelback, and the Saints went and re-signed him this offseason. I mean, it's sometimes change of scenery works for guys. So it's my hope for Eli Apple. Brian, do you think not having Vaccaro in the backfield is hurting the secondary? Kirk Coleman has literally not made a play all season. That has been a big disappointment, Brian. The problem is neither was Vaccaro. Kenny Vaccaro was really good in run defense, but if you feel like guys like Von Bell can give you that, then run him out there, man. But I do agree that Coleman has been a disappointment. They gave him the biggest safety contract this offseason. When you had Vaccaro, you had Eric Reed out there, they went and decided to go get Kirk Coleman. He's just not been the dude you thought he was going to be. EJ said I was at the Pels game. Crowd was into it all night. That's awesome. He said the crowd was a little sparse, is kind of what I was saying. Hey, Carrie, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Carrie, favorite dinner spot in NOLA? That's a good one. Favorite dinner spot? Oh, man, how can you pick one? I mean, Commanders is hard to beat, obviously. Like that's where my brain's going. Just like, a spot that I love that my dad and I would always go to is Liuz's. Not the bar, the Italian restaurant. golly, Redfish Grill and Bourbon is awesome. There's so many good spots, man. Giacomo's. We're going to a place tonight I haven't been to before. We're going to a place called Tommy's. My brother-in-law, his buddy owns it, and so they kind of hooked us up there. And so like there's eight or 10 of us going in a big group. So we're going to check that out tonight. So we're going to go to Nosh, which is right next door. Maybe have a cocktail, and then go over to dinner at Tommy's. So looking forward to it, man. Be a good night. Hey, Coach Ken. Good morning. Terrio and Russ Mitchell in studio make it happen. That is Meridoc. I guess I can break that news like that's happening Friday. Terrio and Russ in studio together is happening Friday. Chaffalai is amazing. There's so many good spots, man. EJ saw him play at Destrehan. He runs angry. Great between the tackles runner. I guess you're talking about Emory. Restaurant August is phenomenal but pricey. Dude, there's just so many great spots. Port Orleans Brewing is great food. You know, Pete, we went to Port Orleans. With our bus tour in June, and they did have good food. It was a cool place. Their beer wasn't great, but it was cool. It was like a restaurant where the bar was all craft beer, so it was a pretty cool setting. I enjoyed going there, but the beer of the places we went on our beer tour, like that was probably the beer was probably like last on the list there. Derek Matthews, good morning. Let's see, I'm gonna get out of here about 8 more minutes, y'all. 8:30, so we're gonna get ready because we're gonna go to. I mentioned we're gonna go to the ALS walk. If y'all are around Perkins Row, 10 o'clock this morning, walk to defeat ALS. We'll be out there. Hopefully, we'll see y'all as well. Me and Eric and Drew will all be out there, and pick up some Boudreaux as well, y'all. Let's see. Hi, Fresh Market. Is that where you want to go? We'll go there. Here you go. Drew. Hey, Drew, you want to come say hi to everybody? Drew. Come say hi. Come say hi. Hi. Well, that's not a very friendly hi. What? Oh, attach. Attach is on, buddy. The jammies. Got dinosaurs on his jammies. Okay. Drew has dino jammies. All right, y'all, almost done here. Let's see. Hope Apple works out for the Saints. Me too, man. Irene's Cuisine. Sac-A-Lait in the Warehouse. See, dude, it's Kirk. Sac-A-Lait in the Warehouse District. Delicious. Recommend 100%. There's so many of those. Travis Procell. What's up, man? Tommy's really good, Matt Yoggin. Good to know, Meridoc. Thanks, man. I haven't been. Joe's, if you're staying in NOLA, we are. We're staying in New Orleans tonight. So, Brian does Lang strike Terry today? Yeah. But you know what? Then again, man, you know what? Maybe not, because Terrio is over at Traction every day, and he has a bat in his hands every day. Working with kids, and he may not be seeing live major league pitching every day anymore, but he ain't far from the game, man. He keeps himself in shape, so maybe strike out. Lang would get his, but Terrio would get his too, man. All right, y'all, we're at the end of the comments, so let's put a button on this. Drew is deciding to be a fussy face right now. Hey, Drew, are we gonna go to Fresh Market or Freeman or Fresh Market Freeman. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your day of college football. You can sit back and not have a tense moment in your day. Check out some Boudreaux, boudreauxmix.com. Awesome people. Hope y'all would check that out. If you're not in Baton Rouge, you can order it online, boudreauxmix.com. And we are gonna roll. All right, see y'all later. Have a good one. Ooh, Drew had the filters up. Look. All right. Oh, look, here's another one. All right. Now I'm really leaving. See y'all.